All right, so in today's video, I'm gonna break down a trade that I took at the start of this week that ended up taking a loss, right? So it ended up not working out. Let me get into the reasons why I do think this was a solid trade to take, and then we'll talk about some things to optimize for potentially next time losing less money. We had a consistent structure. We had lower lows, lower highs. This is on the 2-hour time frame. This was a big part of my analysis before taking this trade. Now we can go into the daily time frame to see this in a bit more detail. But as you see on the daily, once we reached 0.81, which is a strong psychological level right around here, we see that the daily time frame started to reject. And if you really look closely, you'll see how the candles did start to get a lot smaller as we approached 0.81. Remember, it's a psychological area. As price reaches one of these price points, such as 0.80, 0.81, 0.82, 0.85, these round numbers, there is a chance of rejection and then the market going in the opposite direction, which is exactly what we see here. So, okay, on the higher time frames, we have that. And when I took that entry, I was basing it off of the fact that we had this bearish market structure that then shifted into a bullish market structure. And I'm obviously going to show you that in the smaller time frames. But one thing you need to see is on the daily, how it looked when I took this trade. Now let's head into the 4-hour time frame. Now, if I use my replay tool, I'm going to show you how it looked when I really entered in on this trade. So the way it looked was something like this with one more candle of price action. It was something around here. At this point, price had broke above this area of resistance, 0.8500. Another nice round number. We broke above it, and guess what? The market came right back down and used it as support. So that's a really good sign if we were going to continue to go bullish, because the market comes back to these areas and uses them, as it's done multiple times in the past. As you see here, once in the past, we used it as resistance. We use it as resistance again. We come down and we start to reject it and use it as support. And this is on a 4-hour time frame, so this is a very strong time frame. I'm looking at all of these factors and I'm keeping in mind, okay, well, remember on the daily, we have a pretty strong bullish trend, and we even have a nice bullish engulfing candle right there. So we have a bullish engulfing candle. We bounced off a price that was close to 0.8. So it makes sense for the market to start going bullish now. We're above the daily EMA. We're above the 4-hour EMA. And now when I head into the 2-hour time frame, you're going to see in even more detail how cleanly we were rejecting off of that 50 EMA. First of all, we come down here the first time. The first time we get a counter trend impulse to the upside, which, by the way, shows us that there is going to be a shift in structure. This is a CTI move right here, marked in orange, counter trend impulse. We have that strong movement. That's kind of what wakes you up and says, hey, this might be changing trends. So you may want to exit out of any sells if you were in sells from the previous trend, because the trend could change very soon. The market starts to trade above the EMA, comes down and rejects it. It rejects it perfectly. The candles all close above that line right there, that 50 EMA line. And we leave a low. Then the market comes up to that same area of resistance that I just mentioned earlier, right? So this is an area of resistance that has been held multiple times. And then what happens? We come back down again and we bounce off of the EMA again. So another really strong sign that the market is going to continue bullish. And then we actually finally break above 0.8500 with a strong impulsive move. When you see this, it really does confirm the bullish trend. And from here, it makes sense that the market is going to continue bullish. Then we come down. And as we retrace into support at 8,500, this is where we get into the first point where, maybe something could have done a bit differently. Now, looking back, I may have reconsidered taking this entry because there was some consolidation around the entry point. I like when it does not consolidate around my entry because it's a sign that the market is not strong enough to immediately bounce off of it and then go bullish and then go higher. right? So when I saw that, that was kind of a red flag. However, because of all of the other confluences, I decided to take this entry anyways. Now, this entry did go in profit. It did not go straight to stop loss. We had some very nice profit at first. I remember being in this position, being up around 20 pips straight away within an hour or two of taking it. We started to come back down, and then we'll get into something else that you could have potentially done in this opportunity here to potentially reduce your loss. And if you look at the size of my trade and my actual loss here, it was not that much, which is something else I'm very happy about because, if I didn't really lose that much, and this is the first loss that I take in 6 weeks, that's something I can't complain about. So let me see if you guys can really see the amounts here. And for what I'm making on the wins, that's very reasonable. Very, very reasonable. Now, getting back into the chart itself, I do want to show you the 1 hour time frame because look at this 1 hour time frame right here. Beautiful. The market also bounced off of the 50 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. What are the chances that we have a 1 hour, a 2 hour, and if you switch here into the 4 hour, we bounced off of it once. This time we broke it a bit below it, but this time we actually bounced off of it. So what are the chances that all of this aligns together? Not very high. So the fact that you see this is a pretty good signal. It's a pretty good signal that the market is going to continue. And on the 1 hour time frame, once again, we come down and we bounce right off of that 50 EMA again. So just to recap, we have 3 taps of the 50 EMA on this 1 hour entry time frame. Beautiful, beautiful confirmation. And this is exactly what you want to see before entering in a trade. So if you draw a trend line, you clearly see the break of that trend line. And it could also be seen on a moving average perspective because we broke above it. And it can also be seen on a perspective of just basic support and resistance areas. We had a resistance at 8,500 for a while. That price had held multiple times that now we are starting to trade above. So, we had that 4 hour, the daily, we have the 1 hour EMA and the 1 hour higher lows formations. We have all of those confluences. One last thing that could have potentially been done if you were in this trade to minimize your loss. As you see, I took the full loss. So I took the full loss all the way down to the stop loss. And it still wasn't that bad. But if you really want to get specific and see, even on the rare chance that we lose, remember, it's the first loss in 6 weeks. Since October, we had not taken a loss. So even in the rare chance that we lost, is there a way where we could have potentially reduced the amount of money that we lost? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. So right here, a lot of people in my group were saying immediately as they saw that reaction, they were saying that's not a good reaction and I'm not liking how this 4 hour time frame is starting to bounce off of it. So even before this one candle formed, you could already see that it rejected. That means that this candle at one point when I was watching it live was all the way up here. This was a very strong bullish candle, but then it rejected all the way back. So a lot of people in my group were saying, hey, look, this is a pretty bad sign. And some of them closed out. Some of them decided to stay in. Me personally, I said, you know what? I'm going to stay in this trade because there is a chance that we might come down, bounce off of the moving average one more time, which this does happen very frequently, and then go back bullish. I decided to hold on to this trade instead of closing out at break even. That's something else you could have done, right? So you could close out at break even. Now, long term, I don't recommend this if you're in a trade that has all of the confluences that this one does. It still tried to bounce off of that EMA. As you see, the 50 EMA, very strong EMA right there. It tried to bounce off of it. Even on the 2 hour time frame, we closed above it because of how strong of an area it is. And also because this is an area of support. But ultimately, if a reversal is going to happen, it's going to happen regardless of your EMA. And then that's what you see ultimately, that the market continued downwards. One thing I want to mention about this is that for me, this is ultimately a win. Why do I say it's a win? So I'm happy after taking a loss if the trade itself followed my plan. So just think about this for a second. Would you be happy if a trade that you took which you know in the long term, over the series of 100 trades, is gonna make you money. Would you be mad or happy that you lost the trade? Well, I'm gonna be happy because that's just one trade closer to the next win. If I know long term I'm gonna be making money off of these exact type of trades, which I've been trading for the past couple of years and has been consistently resulting in profits, then why do I care about taking this one loss? I'm not gonna let that affect me. And if anything, I'm actually happy. I look at this as a win. Another reason why I look at this as a win is because the market completely stopped me out. So as you see right there, the market completely stopped us out. It's not like, it tapped our stop loss and then went where we were going to anticipate it to go. No, it completely reversed. What does that give me? It means that I had my stop loss at the right place. I had my stop loss exactly at the price point where if we broke below it, which is right below this area, that means that the trade was invalid and then it was going to go significantly farther, which would have resulted in a significantly larger loss. So we did the right thing by having our stop loss there. Notice how I'm getting all of these positive outlooks on a losing trade, where most traders who are not profitable and are struggling and just don't know what they're doing, to be frank with you, they're looking at it all negative. Every time they lose, it's bad. I think I even posted on my Instagram today, someone replied to the story kind of like a sad face, because they also took this same trade because it was a high quality trade and they lost money. And now they're sad, they're angry, they're upset that they lost the trade. They don't realize that's actually a win. It's a win to have found a high quality trade, regardless of the outcome itself. Once you start thinking in probabilities, these little things like that don't affect you. You don't think like that anymore. So mindset wise, taking a loss like this should not affect you whatsoever. And if it does, you haven't fully understood what trading is about. Trading is about decision making. It's about making the right decisions consistently, not about winning all of the time. You're never going to win all of the time, but what you can control is how high the quality of your decisions are. That's the key point right there. And when you start implementing this, your mindset is going to always be fixed for good. Now, I'm not saying you can't feel anything when you lose a trade. That's normal. But remind yourself of this concept. Remind yourself, every loss that I take that follows my profitable edge just gets me closer to my next win and my next winning streak and my next winning period. So just keep that in mind, and I will see you in the next video.